Okay, so we studied about the agents of cross pollination. Now we will go to artificial pollination. Okay, see, when man is involved in the transfer of pollen grain to the stigma, then it is called as artificial pollination. Understanding? Here, one thing is done, and that is the pollen grain will be collected from the male flowers and it will be dusted on the female flowers. Okay, so that thing was done for the first time at Babylonia, uh, in case of palm flowers. Okay, so why we carry out artificial pollination? The reason is very simple: to evolve new varieties. Okay, to make new varieties, we carry out the process of artificial pollination. It is also called as artificial crossing. Now here this process of artificial pollination is like, you will be removing the anther from the flowers, young flowers, okay, which have not matured. From such flowers you will be removing the anthers and then covering that flower with polythene bag. So this removal of anther is called as emasculation. It is called as emasculation, right? So you remove the anther, cover the flower with polythene bag. Later on, when the stigma becomes mature, okay, you dust the pollen grains of the same species flower on the stigma of the emasculated flower. Understanding? First you will remove the anther of the flower, then cover that flower with the polythene bag. Later on, when the stigma becomes mature, you will be dusting the pollen grains onto the stigma of that flower. Okay, so that is called as artificial pollination. You will be carrying out the pollination between two plants whose characteristic you want in the new plant. Okay, and that is why this artificial pollination is very useful process. Understanding? For the scientists and for the plant breeders, right? So that is about artificial pollination carried out with the help of emasculation, right? Now we will discuss certain examples of pollination. Okay, we are having two examples. One is of insect pollinated plant and one is of wind pollinated plant. So here we are having the insect pollinated plant, that is sweet pea. Okay, and I will show you the flower of the sweet pea. This is the flower of the sweet pea. Here in the flower you can see standard, wing and keel. These are the petals of the flower. There is one single large petal called as standard, two medium sized petals called as wing and two small sized petals called as keel. Okay, and remember one thing, that the stamens and the carpel are within the keel. They are protected inside the keel. Okay, so what happens is, since it is insect pollinated plant, so the pollination will be done by insect like a bee. Okay, the bee will come and sit on the flower and it will suck the nectar. So when it is sucking the nectar, the bee will be thrusting its tongue inside because the nectar is present at the base of the petals. So it will thrust its tongue inside, and when it is thrusting its tongue inside to collect the nectar, that time the wing petals and the keel petals, okay, they are forced down. As I have already told you, the stamen are present inside the keel petal, right? So what happens is, the keel petal stamens and the stigma comes in contact with the body of the bee, right? So if the bee has already visited some other flower, some other sweet pea flower, then the pollen grain must be sticking to its body. Okay, So when it is collecting the nectar, that time the pollen grain from the body of the insect will get deposited on the stigma of this particular flower. Okay, and that way the pollination will be taking place. Understanding? So we have discussed about insect pollinated sweet pea plant, okay, which is in which the pollination is carried out with the help of bee. When the bee is collecting the nectar, the pollen grain that is sticking to the body of the bee, it will be getting deposited on the stigma of the flower. Okay, that way the pollination takes place. The second example is that of wind pollinated, and here we are having the maize. Okay, maize. Just look at this diagram. Here we are having the male flowers and here we are having the female flowers. Okay, we have already discussed that when we discussed about the characteristics of wind pollinated plant, we discussed that in case of male flower, okay, the anthers, or you can say the stamen itself is outside the flower. Okay, the anthers, they are loosely attached, and with very slight wind also they will shake and they will release the pollen grain. Okay, and we studied about the female flower, that the stigma are feathery. Okay, so what happens is, in case of wind pollinated maize plant, the pollination is brought about by wind. When the wind blows, the pollen grain from the loosely attached anther will be released out. Okay, and they will go along with the wind to the other flower on which the female flower is present. Since the female flower contains the feathery stigma, so the pollen grain will get trapped in the feathery stigma of the female flower. Okay, and that way the pollination will be taking place. Okay, here we have discussed about maize plant, right? So these were the two examples of pollination, one by insect and the other by wind, right? So with this we finish with the pollination part of the chapter. The next part is of fertilization, which we will start in the next video, right children?